subscribers on YouTube, Danielle?
My
Okay,
YouTube
we
is
are
not
now,
popping.
say it again.
My YouTube is slacking in a lot of
It's
areas.
slacking. Okay.
Gotta get it right, girl.
And here is the link. Okay, we have some more people coming on. All right, we'll go ahead and we will get started. First and foremost, hello, everyone. I'm going to go to speaker view. Okay. And I am so glad that everybody is here. We have a virtual audience, and then we also have our YouTube family. As you can see, me and Danielle, we love to use virtual backgrounds. Okay. You probably have seen me with all of my colorful backgrounds, but why not use the virtual one? I mean, it's in the settings. So today we are going to have a really good time. Danielle, she is the Chief Executive Officer of Career Toolkits. She actually does so many people's resumes. She helps people get jobs. And today we're going to find out what you need to put on your resume to make sure that you get hired. So if you want, Danielle, if you can please just tell us and give us a little background info about you, and then we can go ahead and get started.
Yes, well, thank you everyone so much for coming, and I'm so excited to share all my little tips and tricks with you. But my name is Danielle. I actually started Career Toolkits maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I was really just struggling during the pandemic, like so many people. Finding work was really, really hard. And finding work that met all the needs that I had at the time. You know, we couldn't go in the office. We had to work from home. We had to do remote learning. So I needed to find something that worked for me. And I was like, wow, there's probably so many people that feel this exact same way, that I just need help, that want to know how to put themselves out there in an environment where we can't meet people face to face. And that kind of inspired my drive a little bit. And I was just kind of tired of hearing no. Like, I was applying for a bunch of jobs. I think I applied between maybe January and June. I applied to probably 300 jobs. I was just knocking those applications out and I wasn't getting any hits. And I was like, what am I missing? So I just started to take all the information that I've learned over the years from my mentors, from professors, and just on my own experiences. And I put together my business. And I've been building resumes. I've been building cover letters. I've been helping people with interview prep. And I've also been helping people, start that search of where to start. I'm trying to get into my career. I'm entry level. I don't know how to start. I'm out of college, or I'm finishing up school, or I have some college experience and I don't have any more. And I just want to, get started. So that's kind of what inspired me to start my business.
No, and that is why Digital Career Opportunities Worldwide started. If you are not a part of that Facebook group, I know we have a few people who are on our YouTube channel, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure that you join our Facebook page. But DCOW started because there were a lot of people. Number one, this was pre-pandemic, right? So in 2018, I mean, it was very competitive, and it still is for internships, but these were in-person internships. And I was blessed to be a part of the Emma Bowen Foundation, where I stayed at my station in Birmingham for 3 years, got amazing experience. And I realized a lot of people, they didn't get that. So pre-pandemic, and I keep emphasizing on that because now we have so many jobs that need to be filled, and then, the workers are few. So what really today's conversation helped me land a media job. I received countless DMs, which is a good thing, and resumes. And they say, listen, Kamara, I have been putting in my application, but they say they're not getting an interview. So one of the things that Danielle, that she does through trial and error from personal experience, she can tell you how to get a job and what you need to put on your resume. So Danielle, we will start with the first question. Okay, this is really simple, but I know you're going to break it down for us because she has like a programmer's mind. What does a person who is looking for a journalism job, and let's be specific, say you are looking for a digital producer job, that means social media management, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and in some cases, TikTok. When you are a digital content producer, you also write, if that is in the job description.
Absolutely.
For example, if you're I was a digital content producer, internship and my first position, which means I wrote stories locally, state, and sometimes national wise on what would happen. So what would that person need to put on their resume?
Oh, that's a great question. And so currently, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about, so I don't just do career toolkits by D. So outside of this, I do work in mass communications. So I'm currently working as a production assistant, which kind of, it's not the exact same as digital, like producing and content, but it's very similar lines. They intersect very well because I do a lot of script writing. I work for this week on Washington Week with PBS. So I'm doing a lot of script writing. I'm doing a lot of social media work. I'm doing a lot of building and creating content so that we can grow our viewership. And I would say first, you need to really hone in what your skills are. That's the first thing I would say. The first thing I put on my resume is my skill set, whether that means I'm a skill set with advocacy work, with research, with social media, with video editing, with Adobe. I'm at the bottom of my resume, I'm putting down my skills. And I put at least 5 to 6 skills that are going to match what the key words are in the job description that I'm applying to. And doing that, it creates a buzz. The resume system is gonna go off and it's gonna say, this candidate has those keywords that this company is looking for. And it's automatically going to connect you with the company. It's called the ATS system. So this is and I can talk about this a little later, but it's a very strategic thing that companies do to look at resumes. So that's the first thing that I would do. Also, experience matters, right? And we all know that we don't get experience just from your traditional college degree or your major. A lot of jobs that I've had were not in my major or in my degree field at all. And it's about putting on your resume what's relevant to the job. If I'm working as a production assistant for PBS, I'm putting that I also did a little bit of work with Angela Rye, writing her briefs and working on her social media, right? I'm putting likewise experience on that resume that pairs with what the job is asking for. And again, you're not always going to have, that top 5 media experience. It's not about that. If you worked on a local paper, if you worked on your school paper, if you had an internship at a firm and you were an executive assistant, it's about pulling the skills that you have and matching them up with what the job seeker is looking for. So that's what I would say I would start with to put on your resume.
Now, it's really important because you have to also, for example, if you have a lot of writing experience and you want to do on-air work,
right,
your resume must reflect the job that you are applying for.
It has to.
Because when Danielle was talking about the ATS, the applicant tracking system, there's some KPI, right? And then SEO. So just like search engine optimization has a fancy word for keywords, something that Google uses, right? And those are different keywords that just says, okay, these are highlighted or this is something that can be pulled out. But within your resume, you have to make sure most of the time what I see people do is they blindly send resumes, which means they will see a job and say, oh, I can do that. And they just upload their resume and it has nothing to do with the job. And they wonder why they get a decline or they don't want to get an interview. So if you are a person, Danielle says experience matters. Oftentimes, especially with on-camera work, as so many digital MMJs, hosts, even at PR and communication firms, you all can really get the experience on your own from what you've been doing. It's just how you are putting it on your resume. Now let's talk about presentation, because presentation does matter. What? Did you just do your lips like that, Danielle?
Girl, look, because some of the resumes, that people think they need are not what they need, okay? I am the queen of simple resumes. I used to be the person that I had my headshot on my resume and I had my address and I had all my volunteer experience from 10 years ago. And I had all this other stuff on my resume that nobody was looking for. And I also had a bunch of crazy colors and formats and things that it wasn't direct to what the company needed. So I had to rein it back and I had to figure out what works, and what works is simple. They want to know who you are, what you've done, and what you can offer. And you have to make sure that is clearly written on your resume. Just very simple, like Times New Roman, 12-point font, simple.
Now, I like Canva resumes because sometimes even me assisting with recruiting, I'll say, oh, that resume was nice, but it's about the content. But we have to discuss when we say presentation, what would you say to be honest, I need you to give us some tips on how to order a resume, because you talked about putting things on a resume that don't even matter. So to be honest, you don't even have to put all of those skill sets. You don't have to put, you need to put work experience. That's exactly what they're looking for.
100%.
The school can be very just bachelor's, master's, whatever. You don't have to go into detail.
Nope.
No. And then your contact information, that doesn't need to be blown up. Just keep it very simple. They need to email you or they want to call you if they really want you. So in terms of work experience, how would that need to be ordered on a resume?
Okay, so when you're ordering your work experience, it's very important that you put what you were first. So you put your position first, and you say if you were a spring intern, if you were a digital content intern, if you were a digital producer, whatever it was, you just put that first. The next line following that needs to read that the company that you worked for and the location of which it was. So if you had a position at CNN, you would put CNN, and then you would put literally just the state and location of where it is. Following that, jobs want a simple description. They don't want 95 sentences. We want to keep it 3 to 5. Go back to when we was writing essays for college. 3 to 5 sentence paragraph about your job duties and responsibilities while you were in that role. And you want to clearly outline what you did. And be specific as possible. If you want to write for a show and you have writing background and experience, you need to say, in 2015, I wrote for this, and it allowed me to do X, Y, and Z. And you lay it out clearly so that they can see exactly what skill sets you bring. And it's that simple. And you just keep ordering. I would say maybe list 3 to 5 work experiences. Don't overwhelm the resume. Just write 3 to 5 experiences neatly in a nice little compact paragraph explaining what you've done.
Now, let's talk about descriptions, because you talked about the ATS system, how recruits can be tracked, but go into more detail about what should they be putting in these descriptions, because I know everything is different. But to be honest, I can just say this, you all need to be looking at the job description you're applying for
100%.
and tailoring it to that, to on your resume. So what are some key tips that you like to give people, and that you probably already done, because you do resumes, like people pay you to enhance the resume?
Yeah, so that is something. So I do resumes as a part of my business. I will take people's resumes, their past resumes, and I'll change them and I'll fix them. And most times I find that it's not about so much the descriptions that people have written, it's just about how they're writing them. If you say, I know how to write I know how to write a script, or I've done script writing for XYZ. There's a way to eloquently say that, blends together academic training and broadcast journalism and communications that allows me to write X, Y, and Z. There's a way that you can speak on your resume that goes a long way, even if you're saying the most simple thing. So I think that there's just a need to use big buzzwords. I'm a big user of buzzwords. I want to put things on my resume that pops. And, I think it's amazing what the job description does for your resume. If you have a job description, they basically lay out exactly what the job is asking for with key descriptions and buzzwords. Take some of those out and put them in your descriptions. If you have done a similar thing at a previous job, use the context of the way that the job description is laid out and put that same kind of language in your resume. And it'll go a really long way with the company that you're applying for.
That's a really good point. Now let's transition to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is huge.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about social media profiles last, because I really think that that's elementary.
Yeah.
So on your LinkedIn profile, what should people have? I mean, break it down to us. I know you enhance LinkedIn profiles, and just to let you all know,
yes,
the people that Danielle, that they work with, they get interviews and they get jobs. Let's just put that out there. These LinkedIn profiles, what do they need to have?
Yes. So, a LinkedIn I saw a quote once and it said that a LinkedIn is no longer an online resume, it's your digital reputation. And when I read that, the wheels in my head were just turning. I was like, your digital reputation, like that's huge. So when I think of a LinkedIn, that is like your workplace Facebook. That's where you go and you connect with people in your industry, with friends that you've had at past internships, with people that you meet at your jobs, with your peers at school, with past professors. I could go on and on. But LinkedIn is that place where you have your network of people that could help you get to the next step in your career. So to break it down for you so that we can, because we could go on about LinkedIn all day. LinkedIn, you need to have a beautiful profile picture, a nice professional picture, not a picture of you at the beach, not a picture of you from 5 years ago. And right, exactly like us, not like us with our clothes out, none of that. We need a clean cut, nice smile picture. And we want to put that up. And maybe if you have a header, if you're able to edit your header, maybe put a clean header, something with books, your name, use Canva headers. The possibilities are endless. After that, we want to have a nice summary, again, short, 2 to 4 sentences, descriptions about who you are, what you're looking for, and maybe a line about your current job or what you're currently doing. If you're a student, if you're a media professional, if you're a journalist, whatever, you put a short summary. Then that's when we break down the work experiences. And the same way you put on your resume, your work experiences in with that beautiful new language that you're going to develop and take from the company's, information about the job, you're going to copy that and you're going to put it on your LinkedIn as well. And you're going to make sure that those descriptions are strong so that when companies are looking to recruit you, they can see, oh, these are the companies he worked at or she worked at. That's great. So lastly, LinkedIn also allows you to put your skills. And that has an endless limit. You can add 100 skills that you have, skills people don't even have, and you can add them to your LinkedIn profile so that people can see what you are and what you can do. And I really invite you to just use as many skills as you can.
We are going to mute everybody, and we are streaming on YouTube. So please, everybody, keep this muted. We are using this on Zoom as a virtual audience. So just make sure if you have a question until we do a Q&A. Again, we have our YouTube subscribers on here. Currently, I only have 197 subscribers, but we're going to have more after this. But LinkedIn is oftentimes, I'll just search somebody's name and I would just automatically go, okay, I've seen your resume. A resume is only a snapshot on what you've done. When I looked at your LinkedIn profile, I need to see certain things. I believe that I should pull a profile up. Are you able to pull your profile, LinkedIn up? Are you able to share your screen, Danielle?
Yeah, let me see if I can do this real quick because I'm on my work laptop. So let me just see if I can log in.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you share your screen.
Okay, let me just
make co-host. Yes, hello everyone, and thank you all for joining us. What Danielle is going to do is hopefully she'll be able to share her screen, and we're going to give you all an example of what your LinkedIn profile should look like. In about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to be taking personal questions. So if you have a question, you say, hey, what do I do on this interview? Some people will say they have went on 10 to 20 interviews and they're not landing a job. What is the problem? That means that we need to go into interview skills. That's no longer the resume. Your resume, your application is getting you in the door, but you need to know why you are not landing the job. That's a different story. And then also for my on-air people, because I see a few on-air people here. If you are currently looking for a job, just email me, your resume, info@dcowmember.com. But we know that on-air resumes definitely need to look a lot different. Okay. All right, Danielle, now walk us through.
Alrighty. So I need to update my own LinkedIn, but that's not even the point. Okay, so we have a very simple, header. We have those are my initials. I made it very simple. That's my favorite color, blue. That's a nice, clear headshot of me. Headshot in there, nice smile, looks welcoming. Then I move down here. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff. I have a very, very simple summary talking about what my experience is, what I studied in school, the opportunities that I'm looking for, and my hopes after whatever I'm looking for in my next career. I also have a link to my resume, my portfolio. I also have a couple links to some articles that I've written. And just it's the featured section of LinkedIn is the first, little pop of things that people see about you when they come to your page. Then you want to scroll down, and this is my experience. So I have everything laid out very neatly, short, concise bullets, sentence structure. And I'm just kind of laying out exactly what my experience is and the different things that I've done. And like I said, I use I'm very, very big on buzzwords. So it's very important that you're using words that the company is looking for in order to get your resume picked up. And then I'm going to scroll down. This is my education. I have a recommendation. If you have connections on your LinkedIn, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, your friends can leave connections, your coworkers, people can write kind things about the things that you've done. And then
Also talk about people can endorse you and how that can help.
Absolutely. People can endorse your skill sets. And this is an example of my skills and endorsements. And I've had people, and you can do it by asking people to, or they can come to your profile and do it themselves. And they've endorsed me in the skills that I've picked. And that's why these skills that I was talking about are so important, because if you have skills in your resume, your friends and your coworkers and your professors can come and be like, oh yeah, Kamara, that's my girl. She's a great creative writer. Let me go endorse her. And that's how, that's a job connection right there. So those are the things that you want to make sure that you lay out, your accomplishments. You can put a couple interests, keep them general, keep them open so that there's no biases when companies are looking at your page. And then there you go. You have a very nice LinkedIn profile.
Now, wait a minute. Can you go back down?
Yes.
Do you all see where she has communication associate, but then she's also, oftentimes people say, well, no. I have listed everything in my resume, but there have been a lot of people who have reached out to me for jobs via my LinkedIn. You want to make sure that you detail this.
Yes.
Okay. LinkedIn, she said, helped her get that job, production associate. That means that her profile is good. Can you scroll back up?
Absolutely.
So we can see over here, the about section. It's not too long. It's to the point. And she says, hey, I can be reached here. Headshot good, but this is what I like. You told people that you're a student, all things communications. And oftentimes, most of you all need to really, if you want a TV job, you need to say seeking TV reporter job.
Yes.
Okay. Right when I go to you, underneath your name, I need to see what you want and who you are. Seeking digital reporter job, seeking editor job, seeking broadcast engineer job, seeking lifestyle position. That can just cut to the point of everything. Last but not least, if you can scroll down just a little bit, when people add to their section, there have been a few news directors, even when I was in college, they were just reviewing all of the work right here in the featured section. They were just reviewing all of the work that I put in here. You all need to update this section regularly. See, she has her resume, her portfolio, her college media. Now, do you recommend people they need a website? Say if they're a digital producer.
If you are a digital producer, if you are in the media industry, I 10 out of 10 recommend a website. I'm going to open mine up just quickly so you guys can see what it looks like, because it's not updated. I need to update it. But this is my website, and it lays out all of the things that I do and have done. This is your reel. This is
that looks good.
Thank you, girl. And I do make websites. If people need help with that, I can make you one just like this.
She's making my godmother's website and my mentor.
I am. Yes, my sweet lady. I am doing her nice little website, and it's coming out beautifully. But yes, girl, this is what you need. If you're in the media industry and you just want to have a place where you can keep all your work, an about section, pictures, your skill sets, I really recommend. It's very, very simple. You can make a free portfolio. You can enlist help for one, but I really recommend making one for sure.
The main thing is this. We can talk, how to land a media job. It is a science to it. And you can stop sharing your screen. Again, thank you for sharing your screen. But you have got to, how can I say this? It's a science. Have your resume, have your website, Now, when I first got my job, I was very active on LinkedIn. I did not, have a website where you could just go to anything. I mean, I made one in college and it was Wix, but it wasn't a .com. And it wasn't, if you would say up to par. But my work samples, the writing that I did, it was all on LinkedIn. And then another thing, connect with the hiring managers, connect with the news directors or the general managers that you want to work for, or the companies that you want to work at. So then they are able to see your profile. So that's just another science and strategy to it. So what we're going to do is, it is 7:59, almost, of course, 8 o'clock. We are going to take some personal questions. So we have a few people in our virtual audience. And again, we are streaming live on YouTube. So if this is something that you want to discuss with me or Danielle about personally, you can just email me, or you can just hit up Danielle, and then we can also take that. But now we are going to open up the floor for questions. We cannot take long questions, so please keep it to about 1 or 2 sentences, and then we can get started. So now the floor is open.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, I'll just wait.
Okay, let me see. Leah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Danielle, how you doing? I have a question. Now, okay, hold on. I'm trying to, yeah, okay, all right. So I have a question. As far as the website thing, because I have a background in website design, though I haven't done it in years and stuff, though also I know the technology has changed and stuff. Is there a market, even though I am myself a communications professional, or I will be, is there a market to also cater to those people in the industry who need a website? Do you know anything about that as far as marketing?
So let me ask you a clarifying question. Are you looking for a way to market your site, or are you so much looking for an affordable market to maybe upgrade your site?
Well, I could do my own site and stuff, but like, is there a now? Is there like, is it possible to find a market to those who may need a site? Like, I mean, I know this may sound, but is like, is there a market to like to basically cater to those people who may need a site, even
Aaron,
though they may feel, yeah.
I definitely get what you're saying. So basically, he wants to know, maybe can he do freelance web design? Is that available? Some television stations have it. I know a lot of PR companies have it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know. But thank you for your question. I know, Danielle, you can go ahead and answer.
Yeah, so I think that, okay, that's very helpful. So yes, like Kamara said, so there are, and I'm actually going through this process right now, trying to freelance journalism, do some freelance journalism a little bit. And I've been reaching out to companies, essentially emailing their web editors, their digital editors, and basically saying, hey, this is my experience. This is what I can do. Do you have an opportunity for me where I can maybe just, work on some of these skill sets with your company for like a short period of time? Maybe it's working on a piece. In your case, maybe it would be, can I work on this section of your website? Can I do some work? I'm trying to grow digitally. I would really love to be mentored by someone in the industry. And I think that's a great way to start and put yourself out there, because building websites is not easy. And if you have that skill, that's amazing. So definitely try to showcase your skills by reaching out to those editors, seeing what you can do. Also build your own sites. Use things like Wix, like Squarespace, like Strikingly, and just kind of be creative and go on there, make an account. And I'm so sorry, y'all, it's kind of loud outside. Go log on to those sites and make an account and play around and make your own websites and see if you have an idea in your head and you want to just use that, you can make a portfolio of websites, literally.
Yeah, that definitely answers the question. Thank you, Aaron, for asking. Again, if you are looking for freelance, I know we have some my subscribers on YouTube who will watch this. And if you are looking for any job, television, behind the scenes, even radio, we even have some sales positions, please email info@dcownews.com. member.com. Let's see. We can take about 3 to 4 more questions. Leah Crawley. Oh, never mind. Faith, I see that you went off mute.
Hey, hello. I have a question about the LinkedIn. Can I use this information that you gave for LinkedIn on like Facebook? Because I am a journalist and I'm trying to create a journalistic Facebook page. If so,
Yeah.
what tips?
Can you hear me? You still there?
Hey, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. And actually I think Kamara might be able to weigh in here a little bit too, because she's like the queen of Facebook. You can definitely make yeah, girl, you are definitely the queen of Facebook with her digital page. Like, she's on it. But yes, you can actually make a business page, but you can also make like a profile for yourself that's like a professional page. I've seen people do that to be able to create reels. Like, they've uploaded their reels to their Facebook pages so people can keep an eye on what they're doing. You could put a short bio on Facebook. You could put a nice picture in, and you can make it separate from your actual Facebook profile so people know that that's your business page. But yes, you can absolutely do that. And I'm going to try to find like a link to kind of explain how to do that more.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
So with that, I have one created, but it I guess you have to pay money for it or get people, boost people. So how do you get it like your regular Facebook page? Just like a standard Facebook page.
I know what you're asking. You
Yeah.
want to know, can you take that Facebook like page and you want about 13 to 15,000 followers and views? It's really going to be dependent on content. So if you want to talk about content strategy, I'm going to drop a link in here and we can just schedule some time and then we can definitely discuss that. But one of the things that I will tell you this, Faith, is anytime that you're looking to have a professional page, and almost like, for example, Red Table Talk. Red Table Talk, they are known for featured stories. So when you go on there, I mean, you are going to get open conversation, but that's what you expect, and you're able to grow the audience, things like that. So you need to find out who is your target audience, who is it that you want to talk to, and just almost kind of find out a strategy in that way. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to drop my link, and then you just let me know if you want to schedule a time, then we can go from there. Let me see this. Thank you for your question, Faith. Leah, do you have a question?
I never really had a question. I just joined the Zoom, and I like what you guys are doing. I think that's wonderful, very helpful. I would say, okay, I'll come up with a question. What if you're looking to transition? You've been in media for a while, and you're looking to make a transition from, say, behind the scenes to in front of camera.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. Oof, that is oh my gosh, that's actually kind of me trying right now. It's hard, and it's you really have to network. You have to network. And we kind of delved on it a little bit when we talked about, LinkedIn, but networking is so important. Getting to know your coworkers if you work at a station, and getting to know, all of the teams and the ins and outs of the behind the camera, on camera, all of that. Finding those connections that can give you opportunities to practice being on camera is very important. Because if you are, able to befriend and get to know and work with and be mentored by someone that works, with the camera crew, or someone that works, in digital marketing, that person might be able to say, hey, let me pull you aside and do some off camera, reels with you so you can get some practice being on camera. And this way you can bring this to hire staffers and show them that content in the future so that you're able to have those opportunities to get on air. It's doing stuff like that. It's really putting yourself out there, picking up extra assignments, asking your team to allow you to do maybe smaller stories and get yourself that on camera experience. And that's literally what I'm trying to do right now. So this is something that I can speak to from personal experience.
How is that going for you, if you don't mind? Are you able to kind of find a way to transition, or are you finding that it's harder once you're already kind of where in the bubble that you're in?
I think because I've been in a bubble now for about 5 to 6 months, where I'm in a space where they know me. I've put myself out there. I've been the first one in, the last one out. I've put in those extra hours. I've said, give me the extra assignments, the stuff that no one wants to do. They're taking more of a chance with saying, okay, this week I want you to write a story in X, Y, and Z. And if it's, something that's really strong, we'll put it on the website. Or, this is a part of the script that I want you to write so that you're able to maybe record it one day on camera in our studio. And it's taking those little opportunities. I know they don't seem like much, but they are, because it's experiences that I haven't had before. And it's going to be able to one day become a package for me that I can take somewhere else, maybe to Kamara, who I need to send a text to so I could get some, some coaching of my own, and just use those opportunities to get new ones, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Leah, where are you at right now? What market? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I've been working in news for, I guess, close to 7 years now.
Okay.
And I've been working from local and national news, and I like what I do. I love where I'm at. And just kind of thought about it.
Where are you?
Where am I at?
What part of the country?
I'm in Washington, D.C.
Okay. And are you a digital producer?
I went from being a segment producer to now being back at the desk, because that's like my bread and butter. That's what I'm
okay.
We need to connect and have some coffee, girl, because I'm in Silver Spring. I'm close by.
What about you? What about Kamara?
I would definitely tell you about me later on. We have some more time. I know we are winding down, but we will definitely connect offline. And because you are looking for an on-air position, you just DM or email me, and then we can get that together. All right. Do we have anybody else? I know we have Dijon on here. We have Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's going on? Michael,
Yeah.
are you looking for a job?
Yes, I am.
Are you the one who emailed me your resume?
I am.
Okay, good. I know you're from Bronx, New York. You're from New York.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, perfect. See, good. So with that being said, tell us a little bit about yourself, just like 1 or 2 sentences. And then if you have a question, ask us.
So yeah, my background is mostly in the marketing communications field. I got a little journalism experience working with my college paper. And I was looking to get into freelance, I don't know, photography or just journalism, just to get some more stuff from my portfolio for my reel, like you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so I would definitely just kind of echo what I was saying earlier. I really recommend you getting a list of 20 to 30 editors of, papers you like to read or websites you like to visit, finding out who their contact person is, and pitching yourself. Pitching yourself to these networks is really important, and putting yourself out there and showing your skill set is very important. So I would just recommend, putting a short little pitch email together, 3 to 5 sentences, quickly who you are, maybe attach a couple links, and just explain to them you're looking to freelance, you're looking to do some things and build on your content, and you want to see if there's any opportunities to work with that organization.
Well, dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, and especially to all of my people, digital content producers, you can really do 2 jobs at once if you put your timing right, because everything is on the internet. So most of the time, well, a lot of the time, these jobs have transitioned to remote. So as you've seen the new news with Facebook, the Facebook company, the new name is Meta, right? And then one of the things that I was briefly, when I was looking at their Connect 2021 Facebook live streaming that they had, but they were talking about, virtual reality and how coworkers can be in the same space, and it will be different, than a Zoom, but you would have on these glasses and it will almost be 3D or augmented reality. So the world is changing. So we just talk about different opportunities, different ways that you can still work remote and do something like Danielle is doing and still enhance other people's resumes and LinkedIn profiles. You also want to do that as well. So, Michael, you really have a bright future ahead. Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. Christian Baker, I see that you're on. And who is PLD Jr.? We got 2. Christian.
It's Peter.
Peter. Hey, Peter. Peter's my friend.
Hey, how are you?
Good. He's a content creator and he's really smart. He's based in Baltimore, Maryland. Do you have a question, Peter? If not, that's totally fine.
No, I'm good.
Okay, talk to you later. Christian Baker, do you have a question?
No, I don't. I was just listening to the Zoom.
Okay, perfect. And this will also be streamed on YouTube. Do we have anybody else who has a question for Danielle? We're at 8:15.
I do, Kamara. Good evening, everybody. This is Dijon. I want to thank Danielle for taking the opportunity to help me with my resume. I've gotten a couple of interviews from DeKalb County here in Georgia, as well as what's the Wisconsin station there, Kamara? I can't think of the name of it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that she has took her time out to assist me.
Oh, that is so sweet, Dijon. It was such a pleasure working with you. Literally one of my favorite clients. You were so helpful and your resume was in great shape and I just had to just tweak it up a little bit. But yeah, guys, anytime you need a resume revamp or a LinkedIn revamp or anything, like, please message me. I put my contact information in the chat and I'm happy to help you and with anything that you need career coaching wise.
Yes, okay. Now, one of the things that I definitely want to hone in on, if you are looking for a job, make sure that you email info@dcowmember.com. info@dcowmember.com. We have plenty of jobs available for you. And our Facebook group, we have about like almost over 5,000 members. So make sure that you join that if you haven't already. Before we get out of here and you all can enjoy your Friday Eve, Danielle, do you have anything else that you'd like people to know?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful that everyone took the time to join. I'm really grateful that you guys came and just listened to me. And like I said, I'm in the same spot that you are in, and that's why I'm here. If you just need advice, or I have, if you go to my Instagram or send me an email, I have a link where we can set up a time to chat, and I can just kind of walk you through some of the things that you're dealing with, and when we can figure out a plan of action. So just thank you again for making the time to chat with me.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much. And y'all can just wave, the virtual audience, wave at Danielle. You like both our backgrounds. This beach one, see, I like that.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Y'all see this look right here? This is gonna be the last time y'all see this look for a while because I'm about to shave it all off. I gotta get ready for homecoming tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh,
so all this is gonna be gone. So y'all gonna be seeing a brand new picture. So enjoy this last few seconds.
Okay.
A second. Hold on
you.
a second. Yeah. So in the profile picture is going to be brand new too. So just stay tuned to my Instagram. And y'all be seeing some pictures from homecoming. So I'll put
Let me ask you this. Wait a minute. Keith, do you have a question? No? We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Come on. There we go. You can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, how you doing? Number one, I just want to thank you for helping me with my resume too.
Oh, of course.
Still working on the job thing, but
it's
we'll
okay.
get to that.
We gonna get you there. We gonna get you there. Don't worry about it.
Yes, we are. Well, I'm glad, and that is a great way to close. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody who was a part of our virtual audience and on YouTube. If you need any help, you can find us easily. We're on Twitter, Instagram. You can't message me on YouTube, so the best way is just to hit me up on Twitter. So I will talk to you all later, and thank you again, Danielle. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you. It's so wonderful for all your advice. Kamara. Oh, she's a genius, y'all. Do what
See
she
y'all
says.
later.
She's amazing.